couldn't believe it when the bartender told me who you are.
Why are you talking to me, man?
Your father was captain of the starship for 12 minutes. He saved 800 lives. Including yours. I dare you to do better. Enlist in Starfleet.
Intriguing. I've been waiting for this day my whole life. This day of reckoning.
I've got no captain and no first officer to replace him.
Startling. Quite extraordinary, in fact.
No!
Captain.
What if they're trying to undermine our history for some reason?
Some kind of guerrilla war? We must assume that there is a threat.
But there were no lasting repercussions.
How do you know that? For all we know, we could be living in an alternate timeline right now.
Everything in this sector, in this quadrant of the galaxy, could change. History, my history, would unfold in a way other than it already has.
Might have somehow altered the timeline.
They must have.
Then why weren't we affected?
Temporal wake must have somehow protected us from the changes in the timeline.
This isn't right. It's changed.
Everyone we met, they never existed.
No. Who knows what the future will be now that you have disrupted time?
If the timeline's been changed, then why do I remember things the way they used to be?
Why do they all have to say that?
Surely you must realize that any alteration in this timeline will have a profound impact on the future.
How do we know that my presence on Voyager will not alter the timeline?
History will be irrevocably changed. This timeline will cease to exist, and a new future will have been created.
What makes you so sure you won't interfere with the timeline?
How can we know what effect those events will have on the present? Indeed, we shall never know for certain, but I have decided the consequences of that possibility are too grave to ignore.
I hope you're not thinking of doing anything that will disrupt the timeline.
Perish the thought.
Changing the history of Earth could affect the entire galaxy. The Federation, Deep Space Nine, your bar could all cease to exist.
Wouldn't that be a shame?
This timeline must not be allowed to continue.
I must follow them back. Repair whatever damage they've done.
Headquarters thinks our plan's too risky. It may contaminate the timeline.
We may not even be in an alternate timeline.
Who knows if we're even dead or alive?
I would be risking damage to the timeline.
I don't care if history itself comes unraveled.
She's reckless. She has no regard for the integrity of the timeline.
You will be altering the past.
But that's what you're talking about anyway, isn't it? Altering the past?
We're talking about restoring the past.
3 major temporal incursions.
No doubt creating numerous paradoxes.
And who do you think had to repair the damage?
I thought you were supposed to protect the timeline, not screw with it.
Been screwed with, Captain. Someone violated the temporal accord.
We're investigating the man whose picture is in your hand right now. Until yesterday, that man did not exist in any historical documents. We suspect that this man is from the future.
A time traveler?
That's right. We must find out what he's planning to do in the past. What he may have done already. The entire future of the galaxy may depend on us tracking down and stopping him.
Did you lose anyone else?
Two of my soldiers were killed. One of them was a friend. Can you prevent it?
Our agreement doesn't provide for correcting mistakes. Recover the evidence.
I will. I promise you. When will we speak again?
Don't be concerned with when.
I've waited long enough. I'm going to take him on.
You don't have any special immunity? Not anymore? Push far enough, he'd send you off to oblivion, too.
Mr. Spock?
Out of the question.
He'll get rid of us anyway. There's no choice, gentlemen. None at all.
You can make
you walk away anytime I want to.
Get out of my chair. Get out of it now.
I've got your ship, Captain.
You've got my ship, and I want it back. I want my crew back, whole.
I have to break your neck to do it. Captain.
I have taken my form centuries ago, so that I may communicate with you. We have returned your people and your ship to you. Everything is as it was.
I want to stay, 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 stay.
Chronometer is moving forward again, Captain.
The Enterprise is home.
One of the new junior executives at the network has suggested we recast the whole movie with younger, edgier versions of the team. Can you imagine that?
Well, I'm not telling, acting captain.
It's ridiculous. What's wrong with it?
I do not understand why everything in this script must inevitably explode.
Look, explosions make great trailers. Simple fact.
History will be irrevocably changed. This timeline will cease to exist.